will tell us which group has the most points to get prizes developed. Come and join us. All right. This story, how many of you like Arthur's stories? Oh, me too. So this is called Arthur's Halloween, and it looks like, what kind of costume is he?
Superman.
He's like a Superman, a superhero. So while I read, everybody needs to listen. No blurt. Alert. All right, here we go. Isabella, not a secret. Okay, sit down. Mason and Isabella. Here we go. It was the night before Halloween. Arthur's family was busy making the house look spooky. It looked so spooky, in fact, that Arthur had trouble falling asleep. Things were even worse the next morning. "Help!" screamed Arthur when he opened his eyes. "It's just me," said his sister DW. "Boy, are you jumpy. Don't forget, you have to take me trick-or-treating tonight." She's wearing a costume. What kind of costume she has on?
That's a dead guy. He's on the ground.
"Do I really have to?" asked Arthur as he ate his cereal. "You really do," said his mother. "And I want to go to every house," said DW. Arthur groaned. "I'll be the only one who has to drag his baby sister along."
He doesn't want to. I don't want to drag my baby sister.
Arthur didn't recognize anyone at school. There was a giant robot in his classroom taking attendance. Who was that? The teacher, yeah. "You sound just like my teacher, Mr. Marco," said Arthur. "I am your teacher," said the robot. The only one Arthur recognized was the brain. He was wrapped in aluminum foil. "I'm a baked potato," said the brain. How many of you ever eaten a baked potato?
What's the brain?
Yummy, huh?
What's the brain?
It's a friend.
This is brain.
That's just because he's smart. Francine passed out special morning snacks. "Eat these," she said. "They're bat-wing brownies and vampire blood." Everyone ate them but Arthur. Are they? Is that really blood? No. Is that really bat-wing brownies?
No.
They just called it a silly name like at our party. It's just a juice in a cup, like fruit punch. Then they all put on blindfolds. Buster passed around bowls he said were filled with human eyeballs, hearts, and brains. Arthur turned pale. When it was his turn, he wouldn't even touch them. "What a scaredy cat," said Francine. "Chicken," said Muffy. "They're only peeled grapes, Jell-O, and cold spaghetti." Well, like at our party today, the Frankenstein fingers, were they really fingers? What was it?
Cheese.
What about the mummy toes? Were those real mummy toes?
No.
What was it?
Hot dog.
And the spider eggs, were they really spider eggs?
No.
What was it?
Great.
Very good. See what happened. No flirt alerts. When it came to time to go trick-or-treating, Buster knew which houses to skip. "Don't go there," he said. "They only give you apples." "Gross," said Francine. "And don't go to the big house on the corner," said Buster. "That's the witch's house. My brother saw someone go in there last Halloween, and he never came out." Arthur tried to not look afraid. See what happened. Arthur and his sister had trouble keeping up with the others. First, DW got her tail caught. Then her bag broke. "You're such a pain in the neck," said Arthur. DW must be short for dimwit. But DW didn't answer. Arthur turned around just in time to see her disappear into the witch's house.
Oh no. His sister went in.
Well, let's see. Think Arthur's going to go in?
Yeah.
Let's see. Arthur's hands turned ice cold as his heart began to race. He walked up to the spooky old house. The front door was open just a crack. Slowly, Arthur went inside.
Oh no.
witch's house. Uh-oh. To save his sister, though. She'll probably put Arthur and DW into her oven just like Hansel and Gretel, said Sue Ellen. Maybe she's using them for weird scientific experiments, said the brain. I bet she locked them in the cellar to starve, said Buster. Maybe we should follow him, said Francine. Maybe we should call the police, said Muffy. Everyone was too scared to move.
Like awful was scared.
Inside the house, it was very cold. Arthur thought he saw ghosts all around him. He walked down a long, dark hall. At the end, he saw a light under a door. He heard voices. One was his sister's.
That's his sister.
GW. Oh, there you are, said the witch. We were waiting for you. I came to get my sister. We have to go. I hear my mother calling us, said Arthur. I don't hear anything, said DW. My name is Mrs. Tibble. I hope you won't leave without some cider and donuts first. They're chocolate, your favorite, said DW. Does she seem like a bad person?
No.
She seem like a witch?
No. I think it's for Grandma.
Maybe. She looks just like her grandmother. I've waited all night for trick-or-treaters, but you're the only one, said Mrs. Tibble. Years ago, our doorbell never stopped ringing. Maybe it's broken like the window, said DW. Mrs. Tibble nodded. It is harder for me to keep up with this big place these days. Maybe if we help you fix up your yard, the place won't look so spooky, said Arthur. See what happens. Arthur finished his donut as Mrs. Tibble opened the door and turned on the porch light. She gave Arthur and DW a big hug. See you Saturday to rake leaves, said Arthur. You're still alive, said Francine. I can't believe you went in there alone, said the brain. You're so brave, said Sue Ellen. What's in the bag? Asked Buster. Probably eyeballs, hearts, and brains, said Francine. It's easy to find out, said Arthur. Just close your eyes and reach in unless you're too scared. We've been to every house now. Can we take the shortcut home through the cemetery? Asked DW. The cemetery on Halloween? Are you guys crazy? Asked Francine. Follow me, said Arthur as he marched ahead. The cemetery is a great place. People are just dying to get in. All right.